Let's get some more on all of this. Democratic Congressman Adam Schiff of California, the ranking Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee, is joining us as well. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Wolf. Good to be with you.
All right, so these newly published stolen Wikileaks emails show the Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi's reluctance to back Hillary Clinton. Do these slowly released emails, drip by drip every single day, show real cracks in the Democrats' support of Hillary Clinton at this a critical time when she needs to get people out to vote?
No, I don't think so. I think they're what you would expect if you, frankly, steal emails from a campaign that was a hard-fought campaign, as that primary campaign was. But there have been so many of them. Frankly, I think they're becoming the background noise of this campaign. And Donald Trump shows the ability time after time to step on his own message. So, no, I don't think they're doing real damage, although it is a sustained kind of a background noise in the campaign. You know, the other broader point, though, which troubles me far more, frankly, is the fact that the release of these emails is playing into the Russians' hands. They have stolen these emails, or many others. They're purposely dumping them, and then you have Trump once again doubling down, tripling down on his admiration for Putin and calling on Wikileaks to release more of these stolen emails. It's just the most bizarre specter of a GOP nominee in full embrace with a Kremlin that is hacking into democratic institutions and interfering with our election.
Can you confirm, and you're the ranking Democrat on the Intelligence Committee, that Russia is behind the Wikileaks release of these Podesta emails?
Well, I can only say with respect to the Podesta emails, as the administration has acknowledged more generally, that the hacking of these, the release of them, fit perfectly within the Russian method and within their motivations. So I think it's pretty plain what the Russians are seeking to do here. As the administration has acknowledged, the evidence of Russian hacking and its role in the manipulation of the data in terms of dumping it is pretty plain on its face. And that represents really quite an unprecedented interference with our political affairs. That ought to be shunned by both parties, but instead you have this bizarre specter of a nominee embracing the brazen theft and interference by a foreign and hostile power.
The Director of National Intelligence, Secretary of Homeland Security, and I believe you as well, have all said publicly that Russia's definitely behind the cyber attacks on the Democratic National Committee, other Democratic Party institutions, Colin Powell's emails as well. But you're not yet ready to go that far and say it flatly as far as the WikiLeaks are concerned?
Well, before I make any acknowledgement, as Senator Feinstein and I did earlier, it's something that we have to make sure that we vet, and that takes time. And frankly, I don't know that there'll be time between now and the end of this cycle to do that, but I do think it's very important for the American people to know what has already been acknowledged, and that is Russia is trying to interfere in our elections. Plainly, they have a preferred candidate here, and that is a deeply dangerous thing. It's not something to be embraced by either party. Neither party should make itself an accomplice to this.
So, Congressman, why do you believe Putin, and I suspect you do believe, why do you believe Putin wants Donald Trump to be the next president of the United States?
Well, I think there are two reasons. First, Trump has demonstrated time and time again that he is supportive of Russian positions on things which are deeply against U.S. interests. Trump has said, for example, that he might acknowledge and recognize Russia's illegal annexation of Crimea, that he might relax or do away with the sanctions on Russia. He has embraced Putin's authoritarian manner, and he has belittled NATO. For all these reasons, the Russians have got to love a Trump candidacy. But more than that, what they're doing is just discrediting our democracy. And here you have a Russian leader who has dismantled the democratic institutions in his own country. And the best way for him to deflect criticism for doing that is to point at the United States and see, look, their democracy is in disarray. The fix is in the United States. And it's a perfect complement to the Trump campaign message right now, which is that the election is somehow going to be rigged. So Trump once again playing into Russian hands in a way that is so deeply damaging to his own country.
Are you confident, Congressman, that the Russians won't try to hack into the overall election system, the voting, if you will, on November 8th and have an impact on the outcome?
I don't think they can have an impact on the actual outcome because our state systems are so different and disparate and largely disconnected from the internet. What worries me the most, Wolf, is that between now and the election, the Russians dump information that has been fabricated. And we have seen the Russians do this before in Europe. It certainly is not beyond either their capabilities or what they have done in practice. And to get a last-minute dump of emails that contain fabricated emails that are widely reported in the press and there isn't enough time to fact-check and demonstrate the forgery, that is what really concerns me.
But have you confirmed that any of these emails released over the past 2 weeks, if you will, by Wikileaks are fabricated or doctored?
You know, I'm not in a position to be able to do that because I would have to compare what the originals were and what the released emails are. And frankly, with the volume that's coming out, I don't know that anyone is in the position to do that. And this is, again, why I think it is so dangerous to encourage this kind of meddling, as Donald Trump